When you don't know your friends from your enemies. Maybe it's time for you to go.
No, I don't agree. I don't agree with the idea.
Cool.
I think we should have our own thing.
I think it's about time we had a black James Bond. I think it'd be good. Yeah, we're different.
The story is about a guy from a certain experience from a certain time.
Yes.
And then you're reinventing it. So
Yeah.
why not write a character who's a secret agent who's a black character?
Yes.
Why not?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Or mixed race.
Oh, mixed race.
Nice, bit of both.
I think it would be interesting to see. I'm not sure too many people will take it seriously.
Agent 007.
Yeah.
To be a black man, I don't really see that happening.
I guess it would be a bad idea because it's traditionally a white character. I'm sure if they restarted the series with a black actor and it was good, it would still be enjoyable.
That would be delicious. I mean, why not?
We're not in no spy thing. We ain't in no spy thing. The spy thing wouldn't work because the black man would be telling everyone he's a spy. He's supposed to be undercover. He'd be like, you know what I mean? He's a spy, you know?
I don't think it's a question of are they ready. I think it's a question of it's about time.
Yeah, I could see it. I don't see why we couldn't have a black James Bond.
Do you think it's possible?
Of course. Of course. They asked the same question about the president.
I think that would be great.
The next one being a man of color, what's wrong with that?
I think it may work. It's pushing the envelope, but you never know.
Yeah, we're definitely ready for a black 007. If he got substance, he's cool. I mean, and if you look at him, he's like that in each and every one of us.
Got a black president, boom, my man. I think he's great. I think he's running the country, going in a good direction. And right now we need another guy to help save him. Right. We got Barack, now we got a Bond, someone working under the table. Boom. He's our guy.
Yeah, you sure he's our guy?
He is our guy.
Well, of course he could be. The only difficulty, I think, is since Bond is most of the time in a European sort of setting, and he has to be a bit sneaky, he would stand out tremendously if he were a black man, say. I mean, if he were in Africa or somewhere, it would be the best thing to be. There's nothing against it, but that's the only thing that I can think of.
Dude, we're overdue for a black James Bond.
Wow.
Definitely should be a black man.
He should be a black man.
Yeah.
I think that'd be dope. I would definitely go check out whoever was casting that role.
I think that would be wonderful. I don't see why not.
Maybe, yeah, but it'd be kind of weird because like it's always like a dark-haired like English, you know.
Why should we zero in on just either or? I mean, we could make it more universal than that.
I think now that Barack Obama is there and in the White House, it's obvious that we can honestly say that a black superhero, a black super agent, 007, may definitely have a chance to hit the big screen.
I think Ian Fleming's books can be played by anybody. That's one thing. Any hue. Because you know why? Because it's basically about a detective, about a bounty hunter.
You don't have to worry about me. How long have I got?
25 hours.
Done.
It will never happen.
Yeah.
But I think you could quite easily have a spin-off.
It would obviously stir up the industry majorly. And I think a lot of people would have very strong opinions about it.
Well, I think it's about time people stop thinking about the colour of the skin, you know?
Yeah.
It's about who you are and what you want to do and, you know, delivering what people want to see.
I think, again, it's a wonderful kind of role model for black young people.
I think it would be criticised quite a lot, but, you know, he'd have to really live up to the role.
I mean, I think anything new is, a risk, but I think it's worth a try.
I don't think it makes any difference what color you are as long as you got a good heart.
For this country, definitely, it's a staple. It's been all about James Bond. We've seen the films, we've seen the different Bonds come in. I think it's a production, question, and plus staying true to the story.
I mean, I'm sure there'd be some backlash, but I don't think it'd be so great that it would, maybe ruin the franchise. Like, I think it's definitely time to maybe shake it up a little bit.
The youth of the day is a whole generation of mixed cultures anyway.
If it's action packed,
Yeah.
and if it's good, it's probably gonna be. You're probably not gonna have no problem.
You know, it's the Secret Service, right? They got to have more than one agent there. Why not start up another whole nother story about another agent?
Who are you?
I'm 009. Turn your head.
Okay, and who do you think should play this James Bond if you had a choice?
Where's he at? Where's he at? Oh, me? Are you asking me? I got to work on my accent a little bit.
Oh, he'd have to be from the UK, I think. He's an English character. Clive Owen would be good, wouldn't he?
Yeah, Denzel Washington make a good James Bond.
Idris Elba.
Oh, Idris Elba.
Jamie Foxx.
There's a lot of talent here which is being untapped.
Adrian Lester. I love Adrian Lester. He would be so perfect.
I think the next James Bond should be me.
Definitely a British person.
You know, if Richard Roundtree could do it, I would love Richard Roundtree to do it. That type of personality. If Sidney Poitier could do it, I would love Sidney Poitier to do it.
Outside of Will Smith, I would say Denzel Washington.
Listen, okay? Listen, I've been getting calls all week. They've been calling me, asking me. They said, we want you to play the part. I don't know if I'm ready to play the part, but if the money's right, if I talk to Pauletta, she says it's cool. And, you know, Denzel's the only actor in Hollywood who can say whatever you want to say twice.
That's right.
So if Pauletta says it's cool, then we'll go for it. We'll try it out.
So you go for it, Denzel, yeah? The Black James Bond?
We may go for it. Boom.
Idris Elba is another person that could play that role very well. I believe he's from London.
Well, James Bond got to have an accent, a British accent, period. I don't care who he is, he got to have a British accent.
Without a doubt, Michael Jai White comes into my mind right away. He has that presence, you know, just his eyes.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised to see the mother look like me. I think it's about time to have some like that.
It doesn't bother you killing those people?
If I did, I wouldn't be doing my job.
All the Bond novels, ultimately, of course, the world became very aware of them when Dr. No was made into a movie in the 60s. But the whole brainchild of Ian Fleming and all the story, the brainchild of Ian Fleming, James Bond, and all the characters came from Ian Fleming and his imagination and experiences.
Many of the roles were of color, if I'm not mistaken. And maybe not necessarily of my hue, of another hue.
I believe Eon Productions feels it's very important to stay on top of current matters or what's happening in the world.
Well, Ian Fleming was really he was incredible in his writing, and whoever wanted to produce the production happened to be Albert Broccoli, who was the first producer, then Harry Saltzman was the second who joined him. How they wanted to translate it, they did.
In 1973, when Roger Moore first was cast in James Bond, they made pretty much an all-black cast movie in response or to go along with what was happening in cinema at that time, which was a wave of what they called blaxploitation films, you know, which started, well, not started with, but was spearheaded by Shaft in 1971, starring Richard Roundtree.
Well, it was from a novel. And Sterling Silliphant and his partner Roger Lewis bought the novel and in turn the rights and decided that they wanted to make a picture called Shaft. And they got Gordon Parks interested to direct it. And eventually Gordon Parks called me and asked me if I'd be interested in producing it. And I knew Gordon from before, and I had known the two boys, and there it was.
Is it considered blaxploitation?
Not at all. We don't even like the term. Gordon and I have fought it time and time again. No, it was a black hero image It had a foot in both troughs, black and white, and it was just a darn good picture with action and entertainment.
Then they had a whole series of these kinds of movies, and Live and Let Die basically, capitalized on that.
Well, it's hard for us to imagine nowadays, but I think in the 60s, it was very difficult. Language-wise, just skin color-wise, you look different. And so even though you try to be assimilated, it's a big hurdle to overcome. And I think, Bruce Lee exemplified that spirit of never give up, never die until you succeed. And he believed himself so much that he conquered all obstacles.
The world is wanting change, and change is happening, whether we like it or not.
What's the matter? You don't trust me?
No more than I can trust myself.